Today you are going to be working with something called Model Magic. Model Magic is like a clay, and you are going to love it. You're each going to get one pack, and you're going to open up that pack, get rid of this wrapper, and when you first get it, go ahead and start squeezing this in your hand. The warmth from your hands will get this warm, and you can start moving it around and just getting a feel for how it works. So you are creating a bug or an insect to go on your painting. Remember, we did a flower, and so I want you thinking about something that you can create. I'm going to show you a couple things today as examples. One of the things I want to show you is a butterfly. The first thing I'd like you to do is take your Model Magic in your hands and roll it together into a ball. When rolling it into the ball, you're going to use the palm of your hand, and you're going to roll just like this. And you just you'll notice I kind of keep moving it around in the palms of my hands to get that ball. And then I'm going to have you pull off just a little piece. So now I have a big ball and a small ball. I'm going to set the big ball aside, and I'm going to take this and I am going to roll this in my hands to create a coil. A coil looks just like this, and you can see the more I roll, the longer it gets. You can also lay this on the table and move your hands back and forth on it. That can make it longer or shorter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create the body of my butterfly. This I think is a little bit too long for the butterfly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and just squeeze a little bit off the top. The great thing about clay is, you know, when I squeeze that off, it kind of disformed that. I can go ahead and use my fingers and fix that right up. I'm going to take a little piece of this, roll this together in the palms of my hand. You'll see I'm making another ball, and I'm going to squeeze that right up at the top for the head. So I've got the head and a body. I'm going to set the head and body aside for just a minute, and I'm going to create the butterfly wings. What I'm going to do to create the butterfly wings is I'm going to break this ball into 4 pieces. All right, so first I'm going to divide it in half, and then I'll divide that in half. So notice I have 4 pieces. What I'm going to do with that, I'm going to set those aside. I'm going to roll it into a ball in the palm of my hands again. I'm going to set that there. I'm going to use my thumb. I'm going to push down just like that. Whenever you're working on the table, you always want to kind of pick it back up to make sure you can pull it off the table. I'm going to do that 4 times. I'm going to set it here, push with my thumb down. Now, the great thing about art is you can create your butterfly or your insect any way that you would like. I'm going to show you just a general way to do it, but you may want to shape the wings in a certain way. And what you would do is once you have, and again, I'm going to pick it up just to make sure I can. Once you have, you can see I've got the wing here and the wing here. Once you have that, if you want to change the shape, I can change the shape by pinching and pulling if I want to make the shape of those wings a little bit differently. I'm going to take my butterfly body and I'm going to push that right there on top. Cute. Now, I think for the antlers, I'm going to go ahead and use pipe cleaners. I think that would be fun, and I'm going to get the pipe cleaner and stick those right here at the top. But at this point, I've got a nice butterfly shape. So that is one way to make a butterfly. I'm going to tear this apart and show you another one. We have a ladybug. A ladybug I would just pull apart, and if I did a ladybug, I might want to make them smaller, and I could make several ladybugs on my project. Just so you know, you'll get 1 pack of clay, so this is the amount of clay you've got. So depending on how many insects you want to make, it depends on how big you make them. If you make it nice and big, then you'll use up the whole pack. If you make them smaller, then you can get more of them. So for the ladybug, what I did was I rolled a ball in the palms of my hand, And I'm going to kind of form this just a little bit. This could be the ladybug's body. And then for the head, I'm going to pull off just a little piece to make a nice small head that I add on right there. Then for details, you can actually use a pencil just to push in the details on this ladybug. Now, once this is dried, you're going to create your bug, and then we're going to let it dry. Once it's dry, we're going to come back and actually paint it. We're going to use tempera paints to paint it. So, you know, at that point, I could put on the dots on the ladybug. I think for the antlers, I would use, again, the pipe cleaners, and I'll show you those. I want to show you one more insect, and that is a caterpillar. Now, of course, you could do a caterpillar with that same coil method, just like this. And if I wanted to, I could make some designs in the caterpillar just with using that pencil. And like I said, get creative. I could add a little head on here like this. You can also create a caterpillar by using balls. And if you attach all of these little balls together, that makes a nice little body. Notice I'm creating that ball in the palm of my hand and just attaching these together. So I know you're going to have a great time creating your insect or bug for your pointillism painting today. Get creative and have a great time.